Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be doing a little bit of a news video, kind of like I did a few days ago, where I just take a bunch of different topics from all around the community, whether they be on Discord, Reddit, the Trello board, or anything like that, and just compile them into one video. We're going to be going from the most important to the least important, so I don't waste your guys' time and all that kind of stuff. Every single one of us are essentially waiting for version 10.20 to come out. Save the World is extremely boring right now, and there's really nothing to do, so I hope this video can provide a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of kind of hype and kind of look forward to a few things coming in the future. It's just been a rocky road. So before we do jump into it, my G Fuel code does have about 2 days left on it for 30% off. Normally it is 10%. You guys have been killing it with using my code on the website, so I really do appreciate that. If you guys do want to use it, then code demonjoefr. If you don't, then that is fine. But let's go ahead and jump into the video, and let's go ahead and get this show on the road. So our first little bit of news comes from the Save the World Cosmetic update number 2 that was on Reddit. This was the past video that I made. Basically, it was talking about pickaxes coming in the next update, as well as weapon wraps are going to be applied to melee weapons. They're going to be applied to every single weapon, and we'll probably be seeing that around season 11. It kind of sucks, but there was something that was left on this thread, a comment by Magist, whenever somebody asked them about the cosmetics for Save the World, because when this update drops and we get pickaxes in the Save the World locker, we are essentially going to be able to use any pickaxe that we want that we already have in BR, as well as any Save the World pickaxe that we want. So it can be from the basic pickaxe all the way up to the Twine pickaxe. Well, we have Walden MC asking a question here on Reddit. He said, you know, he was quoting Magist. He said, additionally, you'll be granted cosmetic versions of every pickaxe that you've unlocked in Save the World. These pickaxes can be used in every game mode, i.e. Save the World, Battle Royale, Creative. And so Walden was asking, are you changing the rarity of them? If not, are we getting an epic and legendary version of the 6th tier blue candy pickaxe? And Magis responds and he says, nope, we're not making any changes here. However, he kind of contradicts himself a little bit. He says all of the pickaxes are the uncommon rarity. However, the visuals are what will be unique to the pickaxes and are different and only unlocked via Save the World. So Magis says that there's going to be no changes, yet there is still a change. The Save the World pickaxes, no matter how hard it is to earn them, every single one of them will be listed as uncommon. And I personally had my own response to this in a separate Reddit thread talking about the issue. This is what I had to say. I said, this is honestly a really bad call from Epic Games. The reason that this matters is because had the Save the World pickaxes kept the same rarity as their current state, that would provide such a huge incentive for many of the BR players to come over to Save the World and try to earn it. Of course, the next question to this would be, well, why would you want BR players coming over for just a pickaxe? That would just make public matches even worse. While I can somewhat agree with that, I also know that not everybody that comes over from BR is going to be an annoyance. Just think of how many Save the World players started out playing for only V-Bucks and are now hugely educated and skilled players when it comes to this game. The rarity difference will not only cause incentive for people to buy/play Save the World, but also for Save the World to have an increase in player base and popularity, which is always a welcome addition when it comes to the growth of a game and the improvement on its current state of development. So I'm sorry if I was a little bit wordy with that, but that is what I had to say about the situation. The reason that this is a big deal is because a lot of people in the BR community were super excited for the first legendary pickaxe. I mean, let's be real, this is the hardest cosmetic to unlock in all of Fortnite. I think anybody would agree with me on that it's definitely a lot harder to get than any battle pass skin, because you can not get a single kill every single game you play of Fortnite and still be able to get tier 100 in the battle pass. For Save the World, you have to actually play the game, grind it out. Even if you suck, even if you don't contribute, it takes a very long time to get to Twine peaks. Well, nowadays not so much, but you still have to put in the work to get there. So seeing as they are changing the rarity of these Save the World pickaxes, that then makes them less, well, unique. It makes them, you know, less incentivized to go out of your way to actually get it. And for people who are looking at Save the World that might want to spend some time to play and earn this, well, that's gone. A lot of people say that rarity doesn't matter, but it does. To people that like cosmetics and to people that like this kind of stuff, the first legendary pickaxe is a big deal. And to give Save the World that title of owning the first legendary pickaxe would have been huge for the game, and it's a big missed opportunity. The reason that I'm making a fuss about this is because all it was the flip of a switch to change them from their current rarity rarity to uncommon. It's something so simple that has a pretty decent impact on the game that can make it less incentivized to play or more incentivized, and just keeping it the way it was would have been a better move here. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now moving on, we also have to talk a little bit about the cosmetic update, because this as well concerns pickaxes. I know a lot of you guys have been having questions about dual wield pickaxes, because currently in Save the World, if you do pull out your pickaxe, you can do a heavy attack with it. You'll use up some of your energy, you'll grab it with both hands, you'll slam it on the ground. Granted, it does absolutely nothing, but a lot of people were curious, if I have a dual wield pickaxe like the fork knife, how exactly will this work? Well, Dave the Buck, who is another Save the World developer, I shouldn't say developer, but he's kind of like a community coordinator, community manager, he was talking on the Discord server for Fortnite. He said the heavy attack for the pickaxe is being removed entirely, but he said that AMC, which is anti-material charge, will still work the same as normal. So for any of you guys that were curious about how the heavy attack will work, seeing as it's been completely useless leading up until this point, they're just going to be removing it instead of making an entirely new animation for dual wield pickaxes just for it to not do anything yet again. So the pickaxe heavy attack is being removed from the game. Speaking of anti-material charge, for those of you guys that don't pay attention to my community post on the community tab, this is something that came out a few days ago. For those of you guys that do not know, anti-material charge has always been bugged. Essentially, if you try to hit a rock, you will end up punching it, and then you'll wait like a second or two, and then the rock will deteriorate. It will explode. Normally, you're supposed to punch through a rock and go through it all the way and hit whatever else is in front of you as well. Well, actually, anti-material charge will be fixed in the next update. Magus had this to say. He said, "Hey everyone, this is indeed fixed in the next update 10.20. I definitely apologize that it took so long to get this one resolved. It was much trickier than we thought. Happy punching." Thank God AMC is fixed, because it was so annoying to actually try to hit something and then get stuck on an object, and then the object disappears 2 seconds after I punch it. So anti-material charge is being fixed in the next update. Speaking of anti-material charge, this was something that was actually helped moved along by Dave the Buck. Dave the Buck had this to say on Discord. He says, "I've been pushing for more quality of life stuff over these past few weeks to try and fix some of the long-standing bugs that have been in Save the World for a while, like the AMC thing." So he says that he's been pushing the dev team to help get more quality of life fixes in the game. Who knows what else he could possibly be talking about. So this right here is something that's definitely pretty interesting. For those of you guys that don't know, Dave the Buck and Magus, they have no interaction whatsoever when it comes to developing the actual game of Fortnite. What they do is they communicate to the community and then give those ideas to the developers. So they can't exactly fix this themselves, but people like Dave the Buck and Magus both have been pushing for the dev team to get these fixes done. And Dave the Buck right here is talking about getting more quality of life improvements in the game. There's no telling specifically what he's talking about, but I am looking forward to hopefully seeing some better fixes in the future. Moving on, we have to talk about the Ps4 crashes, because AMC is being fixed. How about the Ps4 crashes? For those of you guys that are on PlayStation, you may have noticed that your game is crashing a lot if you're not on the PS4 Pro. Well, there was a thread, of course, talking about this on Reddit about 2 weeks ago, and Dave the Buck responded. He said, "The team has been investigating the crash. I hope to have a card up on the Trello for it soon." However, if you do go and check out the Trello card has yet to be updated, and it says investigating/in development. Normally this would say fixed in the next release. So I really hope that these PS4 crashes are fixed by the time the next big update comes out. It's pretty ridiculous that the PS4 community has had to deal with this for 2 weeks. I don't want to be that guy, but had this been Battle Royale, this would have been fixed a very long time ago. Hopefully this is fixed by the next update. Speaking of bug fixes, some of the Twine Peaks SSD waves do not spawn husks on an elimination wave, and this is being fixed in the next update. For those of you guys that have been tweeting me on Twitter, you should probably follow me on there because I am a memester. These are going to be fixed. If you guys are trying to do the Twine Peak Storm Shield defenses, these are going to be fixed. Wherever you get stuck in the middle of a Storm Shield defense, all this kind of stuff is going to be fixed in the next update. Moving on to the next bug, SMGs do not have a rarity increase option. You will be able to increase the rarity of SMGs in the next update. Of course, we're talking about the Ratatat, the Hemlock, Silent Spectre, all that kind of stuff. That will be fixed for those of you guys that have been talking to me about that as well. Next up, the banner exploding and disappearing after the building buff expires will be fixed. For those of you guys that don't know, if you place your banner, it is going to explode about after 45 seconds later. Normally a banner is there for the initial buff to your building, as well for it to stay there so that it can act as a spawn point. Recently the banners have been exploding and disappearing after a certain amount of time, and this will be fixed in the next update. Lastly, we have the PS4 trophies that are not being properly awarded. This will be fixed in a future release for those of you guys that are trophy hunting on PS4. Now, that is it for the video. I do apologize if this video was a little long. I tried to talk as fast as possible to get through all of these topics and try to get, my point across as best that I could, but I hope that you did enjoy the video. We are in a huge drought for Save the World content right now, so I do hope that this video helped kind of ease a little bit of that and kind of provide a little bit of entertainment for you guys. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly do appreciate it. I do apologize for the lack of videos recently. Like I've been talking about this video, content just hasn't been there, so I've basically just been looking forward to this next update. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. It did take a while to get all this information together for this video, and do subscribe if you are new around here. I make videos like this almost every single day, as long as there's content to make videos on. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.